Students in multiple counties heading back today. We have St. John's, Nassau, Baker, Putnam, Flagler, and Bradford. The bell actually just rang for elementary and K-8 schools in St. John's at 8:30.
High school doesn't start till 9:15, so you've got another 45 minutes. Our News4JAX crime and safety analyst Gil Smith joins us live from Julington Creek Elementary. And Gil, one of the biggest worries when it comes to back to school is safety. And there is a code of conduct at each school, and there are rules at each school that need to be followed, and parents need to make sure their kids know what those rules are.
Right. Each school gives out a copy of the code of conduct to every student at the beginning of every year. Parents should look over this code of conduct and so they can understand what is expected of their students, and students can understand what the consequences are of their actions. That way they can say, well, I didn't know that. That didn't seem like such a big deal. They can understand everything that is expected of them. So I would encourage parents to go over that each year with their child.
You know, Gil, we had a group of students in yesterday. They were talking about the difficulties of being called a snitch and that kind of stuff. When they see something in the school, how can they report it, maybe anonymously, and they don't risk the repercussions of that report?
Right. Several studies have shown that schools are probably one of the most safest places for kids to be. A lot of violence occurs outside of the school, but also students perform better in a safe environment. And there should be some type of anonymous reporting system set up in the school where they can report any type of crime. That can be in type of intimidation, thefts of a locker, bringing a weapon onto a campus, or somebody just bullying someone. And they should be set up. And through state law, they are protected from any type of civil lawsuit if they do report any type of crime. So parents should encourage students to do that. And I think that's working, because it seems like for the past 2 or 3 years, crime has gone down. I know bringing guns on campus has gone down throughout the state of Florida because of this anonymous reporting system.
You mentioned bullying. The fact of the matter is kids can be cruel. So as a parent, how do you counsel your child if they're being bullied about what to do and how to proceed?
It's something parents need to monitor, because if a child is being bullied, they feel that it's something they should be able to handle themselves, deal with their peers. But quite often kids don't, because they're embarrassed by it. And you might notice some low attendance. Kids will just try to avoid going to school. But each public school in the state of Florida, K-12, is required to develop some type of anti-bullying program. And there's certain mandates by the state that are required. And that also includes cyberbullying. And two things about that. One, again, they are protected from any civil lawsuit. And it helps to keep the amount of crime down in the school, because bullying seems to be a problem more and more in our public schools. So I would advise parents to really sit down and talk with the kids. Let them know it's okay if this is something that is happening, to talk to them about it, not to be ashamed or embarrassed by it.
All right, Gil, thank you.
And I was going to say, the students that we talked to yesterday, they talked about that. They said there is no shame in reporting something. And when they start talking to each other, they realize that they feel the same way. Everyone's in the same place. Yeah. So don't just sit there in silence and suffer.
You know, and you've got the face-to-face bullying, you've got the cyberbullying.
Social media.
It's really tough on kids. Yeah. And they're like, if I say something, will it get worse? You got to say something and protect yourself.
Talk about it.
At 8:40, how you can help your kids if they are anxious during the school year, especially about taking tests.
News4JAX.com, you'll find all your back-to-school essentials, study skills, how to keep the kids healthy. Really, let's set them off to have a successful year. It starts early, so we're here for you. Well, this Friday,